Meghan being rude at Wimbledon in an unearthed video, Buckingham Palace throwing shade at Meghan, and some amazing pictures of Sophie, this and more on today's show. Hello and welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. And first of all, thanks to the OG of Royal Twitter, Harry's Greysuit, we got this clip from that Wimbledon when Meghan and Catherine were casually hanging out, but there were so many signs that something was off. And in this precise clip, you can see Gail Brooke, the lady to the right of the screen, wife of the chairman of the All England Lawn Tennis Club, saying something to Meghan and Catherine at the same time. And what was Meghan's reaction? Well, she was less than impressed. In fact, when we go for a close-up of her face, you can see that she was really upset, and it made for a very uncomfortable moment. The Duchess was ignoring her in pretty much the same way that Serena Williams' mother was ignoring her in exactly the same situation. Well, this is what happens when someone feels so entitled that they treat people differently, depending if they are worthy of their attention. Something that we know Meghan has done more than once in the past. Or maybe she was upset that Gail Brooke could absolutely get her ass handed to her on the court. Now that I mention it, that sounds like Harry's recent experience with his legal battles. But in this case, we're talking about tennis. And no, I don't remember Meghan being really fond of fitness. But something that most people hadn't noticed is that Catherine was also there, and she was paying attention to what Gail was saying. But then she must have noticed that Meghan was being rude to their host, and for a split second, Catherine was actually upset. Now, this is something that by no means we are used to see. It's like every time I try to search on Google for an image of Catherine being serious, that's quite hard, because she's always smiling, or at least with a pleasant face. But this means that she was aware of Meghan's behavior, and that said behavior was wrong. But why did it matter so much? And the fact is that Gail Brooke has always been a great host for the royals at Wimbledon, and even if all we got are images of these events, you can see that her body language is welcoming and open, in this case for Catherine and William. She was always making sure for the royals to feel at home, and you can see it in their expressions. This is the reason why Catherine was so upset with Meghan, because she knew that Gail was a great host and very attentive, and the sausage Duchess was not only ignoring her, but putting a rude face. And that was not the only signal of Meghan's odd body language, because at some point in this picture, you can see that all three of them have stood up, but Meghan is somehow not only displaying a very fake smile, but she's leaning away from Gail and also protecting herself with her traditional yacht hat. Now, why did this happen? Why was Meghan so threatened by this lovely lady? Your comments will seal the deal, my rogues, because you were the ones who knew what was happening years before the body language guy appeared, and that's for sure. But now it's our turn to put faces of disgust and disapproval, since the lousy campaign of the American Riviera Horchard Jam is still going, and it seems that it is going to take a while until all 50 of the Friendfluencers are revealed. And this time it was Kris Jenner, in which we could see that the basket bringing the strawberry jam jar just had lemons and just had flowers. But I don't know if Kris waited until today to take the picture, because those lemons are a bit, I would say, old. Let's just say that there's no plastic surgeon that can save them. But not even Kris Jenner's plastic surgeon can save them, and the leaves are dry and the flowers are dead. And that almost sounds like a Mamas and the Papas song. All the leaves are dry, the leaves are dry, and the flowers are dead, and the flowers are dead. And I don't know what would happen when we reach the end of the Friendfluencers. It's gonna be just all rotten stuff, but very appropriate if you ask me. Because the other Friendfluencer who got her jam was Chrissy Teigen. And I don't know if I can even mention her because things that she's associated with are so disturbing. I shouldn't be mentioning even her name, but I have to say something. At least she took the effort of marketing Meghan's jam in a creative way. Gross, but creative way. I don't know, she was spreading the jam over a bread, preparing some bacon that looked quite gross. Then she was soaking the bread in all the bacon fat. Not gonna lie, that must be delicious, but it's gross to watch. In my opinion, the food should be as beautiful as it is delicious, so there's no way to give this a pass. It was just gross. But the worst part was Teigen tasting the stuff that she had made. That concoction between bread, bacon, horchata jam, and some kind of cream cheese or whatever, and it was bad taste. But now that I think of it, since it wasn't bad taste, it goes very well with Meghan's brand. Not gonna lie, that goes well with Meghan's brand. And she was also offering her husband John Legend, who, well, also, I don't know why did they have to eat it in such a messy way. This was disgusting to watch. But I guess that this is the way that the Sausage Squad eats, in a gross way. And all those people are gross, so still it's on brand. You know, you have to know your audience, and you have to craft your message to your audience. This is what the Sausage Squad is about, being gross and disgusting. So, for that, 10 points of marketing. This is not for us. And speaking of us, Buckingham Palace Buckingham Palace. People are claiming that Buckingham Palace was throwing shade at Meghan with this. The gift shop on Instagram, the latest update for its 500,000 followers. The latest update was 4 ways with our strawberry preserve. You're gonna tell me this is not trolling. This was next level trolling and shade, and as for me, I approve this 100%. These are the jam wars, something that was not on my 2024 bingo card, but I'm here for it. And in the comments, you're seeing every kind of reaction.
Very tacky, low blow, that was entirely immature and unnecessary. I thought Buckingham Palace was supposed to exude class and grace. Guess not.
But the replies to that. It's a product they already have on their shelf. Unlike 50 jars going to Kardashians and others. Has Rachel invented strawberry jams? What? Like the real royal family lives in the skulls of the unsuccessful duo of Montecito? An interview, 2 books, a documentary, and still hanging on so desperately on those titles. Wah! I say go Bucky Palace, do have loads of fun. Is it just me that loves the subtle shade? This is like beat them at their own game. Nicely done. And they know how to properly attach labels too. I'm telling you, this is all meme material of the best kind. And in a whirlwind of Scarlet and Style, Duchess Sophie of Edinburgh hit the Abbey Road studios with a flair that screamed, "Make way for the 5th battle." There she was, crossing that famous zebra crossing, probably thinking she was about to drop the hottest album of 2024, rocking a vibrant red gown that could stop traffic. And probably it did. Sophie proved that she's on her prime for making the most of a pop culture landmark. She was there to dazzle the Orvis Visionaries reception, but it looked more like the launch of a Beatles tribute band with Sophie as the lead. Her outfit was a hit, featuring flowy sleeves that flutter with every royal wave and buttons that spark under the Abbey Road lights. The beige stilettos and leather clutch, absolutely on point. And Sophie's hair and makeup were kept royally relaxed, a soft pull-back style with makeup so natural it would make a woodland sprite jealous. And those golden earrings, they weren't just accessories. They framed her face like she was the Mona Lisa of modern royalty. The event was all about preventing blindness, but let's be honest, nobody was blind to Sophie's charm and chic ensemble. And later in the day, Sophie traveled to Buckingham in North Somerset to visit the Yeo Valley farm, the location behind a string of popular dairy products sold in UK supermarkets. And Rogues, you know that I am a fan of using artificial intelligence in an ethical way, of course, to generate memes or for general entertainment or amusement. But I have warned you over and over again about the dangers of this. And in this case, we got some fake news that I have come here to disprove, and it's this: Mike Tyndall takes Invictus Games reigns from Prince Harry. And in my experience, using every kind of artificial intelligence tools so far, I have been spending 1 year with these tools. Yeah, great for productivity. But I can tell you that this text was generated by one of these tools. And at the same time, the article itself was confusing a lot of people because nobody could find the same news in any reputable source. And no, you won't find it because this was generated by AI, artificial intelligence. So as usual, my recommendation is that if you want to know the actual truth of what is going on with the royals and non-royals, make sure to tune to the Royal Rogue. I will make sure to set the record straight in all these rumors and situations. So grab your sunglasses because Denmark's latest royal portrait is out and it's blingtastic. King Frederick X and his Aussie queen, Mary, have just gone full glam in their first official snap since grabbing the throne. Posing at Buckingham Palace, Queen Mary's rocking the crown jewels like a pro. Tiara, earrings, and a brooch that could probably be seen from space. These aren't just any sparkles, though. The emeralds and diamonds are a recycled chic mix from past royal accessories, jazzed up with some new shiny rocks. And because wearing just a tiara isn't quite enough royal for one day, Mary also sports a mini diamond portrait of hubby King Frederick pinned with a ribbon. It's probably got more history than most museums. And this fancy photo isn't just for kicks. It will be hanging in Danish embassies and consulates worldwide, just in case you forget what royal recycling chic looks like. So here's to Denmark's brand new monarchs. But Rogues, I would love to know what do you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. And remember, much love and bliss.